Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Good morning. I'm starting to snot around a little bit like the kids have been snot facing all week. So don't get too close to me. Not only have I been eating tons of garlic, but I now am a little snotty. So guess what? Today we're going to do the law of prophecy, and this actually ties into my snot face because I was thinking yesterday, I got like the urge to do, and I'll tell you all about it, I got the urge to do another podcast for Herbal Marie, and I kind of thought to myself, not that I hope this prophecy comes true whatsoever, I thought, you know what, girl? You better go with it. You better make it in case you get sick like the kids, and then like you have to take a day off because of your throat, and nobody wants to listen. Actually, I should just move the mic a little farther away. Nobody wants to listen to somebody that clearly is super nasally. Like, not usually, unless they're like that all the time, because I'm from Clarion, Pennsylvania. Like, that's like pretty much where I grew up. And when I was a kid there, the DJ on C93 was totally like, "Hi, welcome to the radio." Like, he just was always like that. So, I mean, unless you're like that, nobody wants to listen to you snotting around. I'm just telling myself that. Like, so I'm going to make myself some more tea. I already had some cacao. That was lovely. I'm going to make myself some dandelion root tea. Because it is a dark morning, and I was outside and I was like, the sky seems kind of dark, but I like to get out no matter what. It felt good to get out. I came in literally within minutes, a storm rolled through, came blowing in from the east, like really intense, and thunder, and now it's quiet out there again. I can hear the birds, I think, a little bit. Or is that my water filter dripping in the kitchen? I don't know. Anyways, I hear something magical in the background. But it's still dark out. Like, it's 8 o'clock, 8:13, but there's like no sign of sunshine today. So anyways, we're doing the law of prophecy today. Yesterday we did the law of progress. Do you want to hear the notes? We always like to review. The law of progress is the phenomenon of sensation. The key to this solar system of love. Oh yeah, now I remember, it didn't make any sense. Our system, sun of necessity or desire. This law is the working out into manifestation, part of Deva kingdom and pranic energies. Yeah, that was yesterday. Today, we're on the 75th law. Now, if you're just like happen to be tuning in today, we've done 75 of these. There's no order. They're just actually in alphabetical order. Like, you don't have to listen to them in order or anything. It actually took me until the M's that I was like, all of these laws start with the letter M, until I realized that like they were organized alphabetically. So it's the 75th law, but it's not like in any type of order. We're just on the 75th one of 105. So we've been doing this. 75 podcasts of universal laws. It doesn't seem like that to me. Like, I can't think of 75 laws. Like, can you? How many of the laws can you, if like I gave you a piece of paper right now, like super challenge, write down every law that you can remember or that was relevant or that we discussed. Seriously, would you get 75 of them? I would maybe get like 7. Like, okay, that's why we're doing these. That's why we're recording these. So that's what I joke about all the time. Like, I'm doing my podcast so that when I'm an old lady, like next year, and I can't remember anything, like dementia has set in pretty pretty strongly, I can go back and listen to my podcast. And like with the herbs too, like I forget stuff all the time. Like I know them, but like I'm not a robot computer. I can't just, spout off information. So it's really nice to have it in audio form. My notes, I just go through them and I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember you, goldenrod. Now I remember you, motherwort. Now I remember you, lemon balm. So did the goldenrod podcast this week. It was all right. Last night I did the herbal tarot, the lovers, parsley. Okay, so yesterday here on Herb Oracle, it was Tarot Tuesday Tarot. And we pulled some cards and it was nice. Yes, everyone's in agreement. It was nice. Then I'm sitting here after I publish it and I'm sitting with the deck and I'm like, I'm listening to the deck and it's like, do you have any questions? I'm like, kinda. And so I'm thinking of this one. Do you hear the thunder? I don't know if you heard that, but I love thunder. Okay. I was thinking of a man-human in particular and being like, what's up with him? Like, like this connection. Is there one? Like, what's up? Like what's up with him? God, like that. And I pulled the Lovers card reversed and the two, now what was it? The Two of Wands or Swords? Maybe Wands, but it was Passion Flower. Hold on, let me grab my book. It was the Two of Swords. Okay, so I had the Lovers reversed and the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is this woman who's blindfolded with her arms crossed in front of her heart with these two swords and a passion flower. And it was basically like a message that I need to balance the heart and mind and things like that. And then also getting the Lovers in reversed is also a message that you need to balance your masculine and feminine energies within. So it was really interesting because like, it's not like I had a question without my own intuition. Like I had my own intuition about this person, but getting those two cards, I was like, yep, that would explain a lot. Also, what it did for me was think, I need to do this podcast. Like, cause I mentioned to you yesterday, like the Lovers was up on queue, but then I pulled the friggin' card. So it was like, okay, how could I not do the podcast today? Like I literally just pulled the tarot card that I am supposed to do next for the herbal tarot. So I just went ahead and did it. And now as I'm talking and like I'm seeing how stuffy-nosed I am today, I'm so glad I did it yesterday because I had way better sound than this. Okay, so it's raining again. I walked around, blew my nose, tried to pull myself together. Went down in the basement, a window's open. I closed that. Okay, now I'm ready to focus on the law of prophecy. I warned you yesterday, it's a little bit long, so I hope you have your tea in front of you and you're holding it and it feels warm in your hands and it's just like giving you all the feels, man. All the feels for the law of prophecy. The only true future that exists is the desire or will of the source of all creation, that none shall be lost, and that the future is happening, unfolding in the I am now. Sacred geometry is an aspect, a manifestation of God's love. People who are able to tune into the Akashic records and into the universal consciousness are sometimes using sacred geometry to draw a line from the supposed past, present, and then to the future. The ability to use sacred geometry comes with the raising of vibration to such a degree, the personality gains the right to assess Akasha for the good of another or self. When reading the energy going to the future of people on earth, one must keep in mind that this energy changes from moment to moment. while those powerful prophets of old were correct in their time, and some of what they said has held to present day, much of their prophecies have lost relevancy. Just by hearing prediction, we change the outcome to some degree. Okay, that's the law of prophecy. So that makes sense to me, because it's like there's no such thing as a psychic or telling of the future. All that they're doing is reading probabilities or reading the energy. Like, I could tell you what the energy is right now, but it doesn't mean that it's set in stone. Everything can be changed. Prophecies can be changed just by people changing their energy and their perspective. So predictions can actually change outcomes. Like, you know, if someone gives a grim prediction, that really does lower the energy of the collective. And same as the opposite. Like, if I come in here and give you a prediction that everything is going to be amazing by Friday, and, you know, like, we're going to literally be new people and have everything in our life in order, like, I've just changed your energy by telling you that. Do you know, like, so we do change the outcome to some degree by hearing predictions and giving predictions. But with that said, everything is changeable and malleable. And yeah, it's just like, you know, everything can change. The only true future that exists is the desire or will of the source of all creation, that none shall be lost, and that the future is happening, unfolding in the I am now. So that was the first sentence. I love that it talked about sacred geometry. I remember like 2 years ago when sacred geometry started to find me more, Metatron's cube in particular, and I felt like I got like the challenge, or I felt like I was supposed to draw it. So I did, actually, which was, you had to follow steps. It was kind of a challenge. But Metatron's cube is really the one that I've connected with the most. I've had some issues with the Flower of Life because I went through a little phase where I didn't trust it exactly. I thought it was like trying to trap me. But Metatron's cube, I have a gold one in front of me right now in my gemstones. Let me grab that. You know what? We'll just give this a little shine it up. And maybe that will be part of our layout today. Look at me getting fancy. All right, so we can maybe use, if we're able to raise our vibration and get access, we could use sacred geometry to tune into the Akashic records and the universal consciousness. So it's like, if you're drawn to sacred geometry, go with it. It's probably a good idea to go with it. Have it around you, maybe draw it at least once so you have some respect for it. Learn more about it. I have a great deck that has a lot of sacred geometry in it. It's by Lon, Lon. That's the lady that wrote it. What's it called? It is Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So I like that one, and then, like, yeah, a lot of my other decks, it's sprinkled. You know, you'll see sacred geometry within it, but that one has a lot of it, and a lot of the ones that she made up herself, of course. But my friend, my best friend, Asiel the Oracle, one of my besties. You know, he the best. He the best. He has been doing live streams using a deck that is full of sacred geometry, and I think it's time. It's time for us to dive into it a little bit more and just see where it takes us. I mean, no guarantee that you're going to have access to the Akashic records. I would be surprised if I got that. If I received that authorization, I'm not lying. I'd be a little bit surprised. Okay. So, yeah, when reading the energy going to the future of people, we have to keep in mind that this energy changes from moment to moment. So the law of prophecy is very fluid and malleable, and it's like, you know, keep it in check, you know, like as you're listening to things, know that everything can be changed. If you don't like it, we can probably change it. For sure. So anyways, that's the law of prophecy. That's the 75th law. I don't even know what I'm going to write down in my notes. So long. All right. So the decks that I have out on my desk today is the new one, the Flowers Oracle. And I also had out Hedwig Botanical Oracle. So initially I was thinking like pull a flower lady and have her in the center and then have like the other ones around her. But now I have Metatron's cube out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 circles around it. So I don't even know what I'm doing now. Like, why do I even try to plan things? All right, so maybe let's just see what comes out. Maybe we'll get 1 or 2 of these flower ladies. These are Bach flower remedies. These are Bach flower remedies. And I love that all the women look, well, yeah, old-fashioned, like probably dressed to the time that he was around. What year did he live? Let me look in the front here. Because I feel like these ladies look a little bit older. I mean, they're young ladies, but I feel like, let's see, he lived, where is it? He lived, good Lord, pull it together. Is it not going to say? Maybe I'm not even in the right area. Oh yeah, he's at the back. Okay, he died in 1936. So, I don't know. How were they dressing now? I guess maybe this is maybe how, but not quite. Actually, this is more like, he was born in 1886. So, I guess so. But the ladies are beautiful that are on this card. All right. I don't know why I'm being such a fashion icon right now, because right now I'm wearing my pajamas. Like, what do you even have to say about fashion? I'm wearing old lady pajama pants that have like, they're like light blue with little sheep all over them. I'm wearing pink, like Pepto-Bismol pink fluffy socks with a white toe and heel. And then I'm wearing a Cthulhu Kool-Aid. You remember the Kool-Aid man? Well, this is like the Kool-Aid man as a Cthulhu monster. And it's like an extra large male shirt. Like, I wish I looked like these ladies on the card. I'd probably feel better about myself. But I am dressed like a stay-at-home mom who's going to go back to bed. Every morning I say, you can go back to bed if you want. And I never do. But I might today. I might. I'm in my pajamas, man. It's raining. There's a book upstairs I could read. Just saying. All right, so let's see what flower essences want to come through. The law of prophecy. I don't know. What do we want to say about that? What do we want to prophesize? I mean, are prophecies a good idea or not? Like maybe little weekly prophecies, but big prophecies tend to freak people out. Okay, we're getting 2 off the bottom. We're getting 2 off the bottom, and I feel like I want to get 2 off the top too. All right, that was different for me. I never done that before. All right, so the 2 on the top are Vine and Gentian. Okay. And the 2 on the bottom are Rock Rose and Mimulus. All right, I like this. I guess we're gonna like keep it like no real form. No, we are. Like I have Metatron's cube in the center, so we got like the 4 corners, but they're kind of going outward a little bit. So the vine, we got 32, 12, 26, and 20. All right, so the two bottom ones, Rock Rose and Mimulus, are both yellow flowers. Gentian is purplish, and Vine, its flowers, its little spiky things are really, really light colored, maybe with a touch of violet. But that one, there's a mother and a child, or a nanny and a child on that card. And then the other three cards are women that are all pretty serious, kind of looking off to the side, like looking towards their shoulder. The lady in the Vine card is looking down at the child that's walking beside her. But Gentian, she's sitting with her hands folded on her lap with a nice little pink cape around her shoulders. She is actually the only one that's making eye contact with me, the Gentian, but she's very solemn-faced, very serious. Mimulus and Rock Rose are not making eye contact with me. They are either deep in thought. Mimulus kind of seems to have a little bit of, I don't know, she might have some emotion, not like a chip on her shoulder. Her shoulders are showing through her dress, and so are the Rock Roses. Very interesting. And the Rock Rose and Mimulus dresses are kind of both like a coral salmon color, and it kind of matches actually everybody's dress and cape. Kind of have this coral, coral salmon color, if you know what I mean. So very, very, very interesting outfits, since I'm interested in outfits today. Yeah, everyone's coordinated. Okay, so let's see who we got here. Number 32 is Vine. Now this little guidebook has literally like one tiny 2 sentences, really. 2 or 3 sentences for each card. It's very to the point. Very. Like, ain't gonna take us long to see what everyone's saying. So Vine says, use your skills to serve others. With respect, your reliable leadership becomes a precious gift for all. Once in a while, loosen the reins. Okay, so first card is all about leadership. Oh yeah, and I downloaded apps on my phone if we want to get more information about these. All about leadership, but it's saying like loosen the reins up a little bit. Maybe have a little more fun, or just downtime, or just have the structure, but don't be rigid, right? Once in a while, loosen the reins. Your reliable leadership becomes a precious gift for all. Use your skills to serve others. So how are we serving others today? Okay, that's up on the top with Gentian. And Gentian is number 12. And it says, let the Gentian flowers sweeten your life. You have looked at the darkness and emptiness, the difficulties and sadness that are part of life for too long. Now, constancy and faith are with you to help you overcome obstacles, to once again appreciate the gifts of this existence. So I love that because, yeah, we have a big message this week to get back to gratitude. I got that read in my cards with my friend Asiel. It's kind of like finding me like wherever I go. Like our power this week, it really is in the energy of gratitude. So it's hard to feel grateful when we're looking at the darkness and the emptiness and the difficulties and the sadness and all that stuff. So let's tap into the energy of faith, and let's know that we can overcome our obstacles. And we really do. Where we want to settle in is that energy of appreciation and gratitude, so that we can really feel just such love and thankfulness and appreciation for the gifts of this existence. Okay, on the bottom, 26, Rock Rose says, leave chaos and panic behind to rediscover your capacity to dominate the situation. Courage returns and you will resolve the emergency. You are sensitive and delicate. Remember that you can also be strong and courageous. So yeah, Gentian is saying like, yeah, you've seen the hardships, you're looking at them. Rock Rose is giving us the energy to dominate the situation, to leave the chaos and rediscover our strength. Wow, like we have the ability to get through these obstacles and resolve the emergencies and yeah, get through it so that we can get to that feeling of appreciation. And like Vine said, step into our leadership roles. And then we've got the last card down here is 20, Mimulus, which says, be compassionate with others and yourself. Closeness, presence, and understanding are qualities that you can offer and receive. In this way, you will find the resolution and the courage to abandon all trepidation and fears. Often you are frightened by imaginary shadows. Change your perspective and you will laugh at them. So if there's stuff in your life that's freaking you out, just know that you've probably just only imagined it. Try to get a laugh at it or just at yourself for making up these ridiculous scenarios that we get freaked out about. Like, you're the only one who's doing it to you, right? So let's be compassionate with ourselves and with other people. We can offer people compassion. We can offer them presence and understanding and just hold space for them, right? That's free to give and receive from others. And that helps us gain more courage, right? To get over the emergencies and the dramas and the darkness and the sadness. So we have a lot of support coming in from the flower essences today. So let me grab my phone. I think is charged up enough to use it. I had it on all night. Every night, like I've been trying to listen to this one meditation from Solera, and her voice, I've not even made it through half of the meditation, I think, for the past 2 nights. So I'll try again tonight or today and try to stay awake from it, awake for it. All right, let me scroll. I have one here. Okay, we'll do one app at a time since I have 4 of them and I don't want to get confused. So let's just review. The Vine is all about being less authoritative and showing more understanding. So that was a card that told us to loosen the reins. So if we've been like overly dominant or rigid or ruthless or that stern teacher, it's saying like, just try to loosen the reins a little bit within yourself and with other people in particular. Don't be such an authoritarian. Okay, then we have Gentian, which is about discouragement and disappointment. So if you've been feeling too skeptical or too pessimistic, because it's like, well, I see the news, I see the bullshit in the world, it's getting me down, bro. Like, Gentian is a flower essence that will help you get out of that disappointed energy and that discouraged energy. Rock Rose is used for extreme anxiety and panic. If you've, right, these imagined scenarios that we create for ourselves can put us in a state of panic attacks or extreme fear. So if we're hysterical, petrified, or paralyzed with fear, Rock Rose is the flower essence to choose. And then Mimulus is also about fears and phobias and also shyness. So if you have created a phobia or a fear and you know the cause, you're the cause, you thought of it, or you know exactly what it's about, Mimulus, which is this sweet little flower growing out of the rocks in this picture, really helps us. So even fears of common things, fear of being afraid of the dentist, fear of becoming ill, fear of dogs, etc. So even last night in my dreams, I had more snakes in my dreams. So I have this fear of snakes, and I have a fear of the dentist too, because I just know how much work my teeth, they would say, need. And I don't want to ever do that. But Mimulus is also used for shyness. So there's a lot of energy coming in about, getting over our fears and our phobias and stepping into courage. Right. Yeah, we did have that one little message, stepping into appreciation. But before we can do that, we have to step into courage. We have to step out of our fear. Okay, let's go back up to the top and go through them one more time with this other app that I have that has an affirmation. So the vine, it helps us leave behind reckless and overbearing actions, and it helps us find respect and tolerance towards others. So if you're in that leadership role in your life, and that could be you being a parent, that could be something at work, there's probably some aspect of your life that you are in leadership. The affirmation for us from Vine, the flower of appreciation, is I respect others and pursue my way for the benefit of all. I respect others and pursue my way for the benefit of all. One more time here. Exhale. I respect others and pursue my way for the benefit of all. The flower of appreciation. Very sweet. Okay, gentian is the flower of encouragement. And gentian helps us leave behind a lack of enthusiasm and confidence. And it helps us find a motivated and optimistic attitude. And the affirmation for gentian, the flower of encouragement, says, get into your good feeling place here. I am relaxed. I believe and I am full of confidence. I am relaxed. I believe and I am full of confidence. I am relaxed. I believe and I am full of confidence. All right, so thank you, gentian, the flower of encouragement, helping us get into that feeling of faith and confidence and chilling the F out. Okay, next we have rock rose. And this is the flower of inner strength. It helps us leave behind nervousness and panic reactions. And it helps us find composed and deliberate behavior. So the flower of inner strength, rock rose, its affirmation is, I take courage, become calmer, and gain confidence in myself. I take courage. I take courage, become calmer, and gain confidence in myself. I take courage, become calmer, and gain confidence in myself. So rock rose, the flower of inner strength, they're all working together, I feel, like to get us more confident and strong and courageous and calmer. And calmer, definitely helping us calm down. And our last flower essence today is Mimulus, the flower of courage. So beautiful, the flower of courage. It helps us leave behind a hesitant and fearful approach to daily problems. So these fears are just false evidence appearing real. It's just bullshit. It's just smoke and mirrors. And we have to realize that we have created most of them. So whatever you're feeling fearful about in your life, whether it's huge, whether it's of something specific in general, of imaginary circumstances, let's address our fears and become more confident to deal with them, to dissolve them. Let's tap into Mimulus, the flower of courage, to find more confidence and ease. So just getting easier about things, settling down, chilling out. Because it's like you got the fear and then you mix in this anxiety energy, this revved up energy that just exacerbates the fear. It makes the fear grow, get bigger, get even scarier, get even more unmanageable. It doesn't seem like you can handle it anymore. And then you have a panic attack. So these flower essences are helping us find our courage, helping us find more confidence, feeling easier about it, settling down and knowing that we can handle it. We have the courage to do that. So Mimulus is the flower of courage, and the affirmation is, I recognize my fears, accept them, and do not give them power over me. I recognize my fears and accept them, and do not give them power over me. I recognize my fears, accept them, and do not give them power over me. Okay, so I can't help but feel a little bit wowed that all of the flower essences today are addressing fears. They're all addressing having more courage. And yeah, settling down and having the strength and faith and all that. And, don't forget, get back to appreciation. But definitely, very, very clearly, we're talking about our fears and our anxieties. And just even the day-to-day shit. Oh my God. Like, I can't even tell you how many issues I have with the dentist. Like, I need to get my kids' appointments to get their teeth cleaned. And I have so much anxiety. Like, I'm trying not to project it out on them. I'm trying to be quiet about it. But, like, I'm, like, completely freaking out. Like, I don't even want to go there. So, anyways, it's stuff like that. It's stuff like my irrational fear of snakes. Like, yes, I had a bad experience as a child. I get why. I understand why. Like, a lot of times we understand our fears. It's not a mystery. We can put our finger on it. We understand why we are like that, but yet it's still there. It's still a pattern or a program that we have run so many times. It's just still active within us. So I love that we have these energetic herbal healers to come in to say, I can help you clear that. I can help you find the courage. I can help you calm down. I can help you face this stuff. The daily stuff, the big stuff, all this stuff, all these fears. We can do this. We can do this. You can have the strength. You can have whatever support you need to get through this. So I just love that, like, there is definitely a woven message of courage and, dealing with our fears. Yeah, there's a little bit of other stuff, like make sure you're loosening up within your leadership roles, and make sure you're getting back into faith and appreciation. But the big theme is fear, and the big attribute that we are summoning more into our life is courage. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the, what is it? Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle, and just ask it, like, all right, so we've got fear. We're talking about fear. Let me try to make some more room for myself. Let's see if it has things like specifically that could come in to help us even more, or maybe like talk about, I don't know, what else do we want to talk about? More things that we're afraid of? Nobody wants to talk about this. Let's just see. I don't know where the hell I want to put these cards. I feel like there's a space. I feel like there is a space up top for a card and to the right and left. But I've like given up hope that I'm in charge of my layouts at this point. Like, I guess I don't need to be the leader with that. I mean, I have an idea. So yeah, I think you know what? Yeah, I am the freaking leader. I'm stepping up, y'all. In between Vine and Gentian, this leadership, since that was our first card, this leadership role, give me a card. Give me a card, Metatron. Since we got the Metatron cube, there it is. Give me a card that goes between this leadership and Gentian, which was about looking at the sadness and darkness. Okay, it's really hard to be a leader and look, I mean, it's like looking out over your kingdom and seeing how fucked up it is and how miserable all the peasants are. Like, how do you still lead your country when it's doing so bad? Or how do you still remain that hopeful, optimistic? Because Gentian was kind of going into like pessimism and stuff. How do you still remain optimistic when you see the stats, when you see the suffering? Okay, so the card that Metatron gave me was Nettle, which is all about tribulation. So yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Dun 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 dun. It's kind of cool. So yeah, tribulation, like we see the hardships. We see people suffering. We see people's fear. We see what's going on. But it's like, if we all fall to that, we all drown in suffering. There has to be those of us who can transcend suffering and hold the candle, hold the light, hold the spotlight on the path. Like, it's this way. Like, I can get you out of this. You don't have to feel like this. You don't have to be in fear. You don't have to be in panic anymore. Follow me, come with me, right? So this tribulation, like we can really get caught up, as Gentian said, looking at the negative, looking at the bad stuff, looking at the sadness. Like, it's like you get, like, I just deleted my Facebook apps off my phone again because they are so distracting. And it just lowers my vibration. Like, I go on there to look for the good stuff, and then like it ends up not being that. So I just deleted them again, and I'll be back at the end of the month to say hello to people again. But yeah, I just need like 2 days on and then 12 days off. I think like that's just a good routine for me. 2 days on, 12 days off. And I literally delete it from my phone, because if I don't, I check it every 3 seconds. And it's stupid for me to do that. But it's addictive. Like, I'm definitely an addict. I definitely have addictive behaviors. So when I start doing something, I like do it a lot. So I have to really be mindful what I let myself get into. So if I start watching the news, I'd probably watch it all the damn time. And I don't want to do that ever. Like, I know better. So I have to really be mindful about what I give my attention to, because my personality, I will keep on giving to that. So do I want to give to the tribulations? Do I want to give to the sadness? Do I want to give to the chaos? No. I have to redirect my energy. So it's like We got a lot of messages today that says no matter what's going on, you're going to be able to get over it. And Stinging Nettle says that too. Like, it's okay that you've had a rough path. Like, now is the time that you're going to find some smoother sand to walk on, right? You're going to find some solid ground then. And then all of a sudden, your path is going to be smooth and with very little places to trip up on. So it's just this matter of getting out of it. It's this matter of moving forward, of making the conscious decision. I choose differently now. I choose differently now. And yeah, you might have to, like Vine said, you might have to ease up on the reins a little bit, because maybe part of the problem was that you were being too rigid and too structured in what you thought you had to do. So maybe there's a lot of stuff that you can just sort of kick to the curb right now and not do anymore, because yeah, you're just becoming a little bit easier about things. So I like the way these cards look. I think I'm going to just ask for one more card. I'm going to just do a South card now. Since I've got tribulation between Vine and Gentian, I want to ask Metatron for one more card between Rock Rose and Mimulus. So we want more courage. We need more courage. We're ready now to look our fears. Like some of the stuff that we have been so afraid of, once we stop running away from it, it instantly becomes less fearful. It instantly becomes not scary. The second we turn around and look at it and see it for what it is, it might even become funny to us. That literally what the fear was us trying to escape it instead of looking at it, accepting it, allowing it, addressing it, and seeing it. Because a lot of the things that harass us, they just, their consciousness, they want to be seen. Fear wants to transcend into courage. Fear wants to transcend into courage, and it needs your help. So think of it that way. Your fears need you. That's why they keep calling you. They keep asking you for help. That's what they're doing. They want you to help them become courageous. They want to let go of the fear as much as you want to dissipate the fear. So on the idea of courage and Rock Rose and Mimulus and these beautiful yellow flowers, give me one card, Metatron, that helps us move forward, helps us find more courage, helps us calm down a bit. What are we ready for? What are we ready for? So we can get into that state of appreciation. Ooh. Okay, so we've got little yellow flowers on this plant. It's wormwood with a message of caution. All right, so that's interesting to me, because I'm kind of making it like no big deal. Let's just deal with our fears. But then I get a message of caution. So maybe some of these energies are more intense than we realize. Right? Although I'm hearing in my head that expression, throw caution to the wind. Like I'm also hearing that too, because it sort of looks like, I was hanging out with Wormwood's cousin Mugwort yesterday. I love the leaves on this. Caution. Artemisia absinthium, wormwood, caution. I want to grab the book. Not that this book has much to offer as far as oracle goes. Like this is more of a nerdy book. I'm just going to tell you, if you get this deck, it'll have a little bit in it, but it'll give you mostly about, Usually with the plants, it gives you most about foraging stuff. But let's see, because wormwood feels a little different because you can't eat much of it. You can't drink much of it without going nuts. Artemisia, the beautiful scientific name of this plant, refers to the Greek goddess Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and protector of the forest. Okay, so that's pretty cool to me because I feel connected to Artemis a lot. Mostly because my friend Ossiel the Oracle labeled me Artemis like as soon as we met, because he's like, you're so of the forest, nature, plants. He really like connected me into Artemis energy from his perspective. And since he did that, she finds me all the time. And so here she is again today, the Greek goddess Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and protector of the forest. So Artemis gave the plant to Chiron, the centaur healer, who then derived medicine from its leaves. In turn, he named the plant in her honor. So you can find references to wormwood in the Bible, to Shakespeare, to early cocktail recipe books. It is a digestive aid. It does have a little potential toxicity. It's very bitter. It's got a strong smell. It wards off moths and pests. Could be used for fleas. It's got silvery green foliage, small yellow flowers, menthol smell, and the twig and leaf. It is in absinthe and vermouth and beer. They used to use it in beer before they used hops. But it helps to repel pests in all sorts of ailments, but it is also toxic in some qualities. In much the same way, caution can save your life or keep you out of sticky situations. Fear or anxiety can also be toxic. Okay, this is why sometimes we have to look in the book because it gets hilarious. Okay, so here we are, we're talking about fears, and wormwood comes in and says fear or anxiety can also be toxic. So I guess it's like, for me now, it's saying, please don't end this podcast and then forget about it. Don't just be like, ha ha ha, yes, I have these fears, ain't no big thing. I think what this layout, what Metatron is trying to say is, at this point, even the small, minuscule daily fears that we don't even give much thought to anymore because they've just become our norm, even those are now toxic to your energy. Even that little bit of anxiety that you think that you just have to tolerate is just part of you. No, it's not anymore. It's actually so detrimental now to your increasing energetic vibratory rate of ascension. Those are his words, not mine. And now it really is time to purify and cleanse our plate, cleanse our palette. So as I look at Metatron's cube that is in the center of all these cards, it's saying like, use my energy to help purge the fear out of your space. Like as you think about you as a vessel and you have a circle of energy around you, like you want to get it out. You don't want it anywhere even near you anymore. It's toxic. So that's why we got the caution. Many situations require prudence and a look before you leap attitude. If you are seeing this in an oracle context, ask yourself, what areas of your life may need further examination or investigation? Channel the Queen of Swords with her clear sight and ability to cut through deception and confusion. The Knight of Pentacles provides a different perspective, speaking of caution as an operating system. Here is a knight that never charges in. He asks for a measured long-term approach rather than impulsivity when making decisions. So ask for clarity. Ask your sacred geometry that you're connecting with in your life for clarity, for the ability to cut through confusion, for the ability to dissipate fear, for the clear insight of a very logical approach to dealing with the fear in your life. So ask for the plan, ask for the approach, rather than just throwing caution to the wind and being like, I'm afraid of snakes in the dentist, so I'm going to go to the dentist and then get a snake massage. Yeah, they actually have snake massages at some places in the world, and it makes me, want to die. But it's like, you don't have to, like, if you're afraid of heights, you don't have to book a helicopter ride to jump out of it. There's probably like a more safer, easier way for you to deal with your fears, right? For you to deal with the issues in your life, right? So remember, up top there, we had nettle with tribulation, right? And it's like, let's just see what it says. I just want to look in the last part of this. The quality gives rise to its oracular property, tribulation. She says that some species of stinging nettle are so strong they can cause lockjaw or even death. I have yet to totally research that and see for myself if that is true. But hey, you never know. Okay, so this is talking about the Tower card. It's interesting to see that something that can cause so much pain can also be so useful. So in like stinging nettles, it's like nobody wants to get stung by them because they don't want to be in pain. But the plant is incredible. It has all the minerals that your body needs. It's a powerhouse of nutrition and protein. It gives you energy. I freaking love it, right? Same thing in our life. Like when we get the Tower card happen in our life, like these structures that we thought we needed to survive come crashing down in our life. We think like it's for the worst, but really it's actually in our benefit. So the Tower card from the tarot deck, as well as death, both speak to tribulation as a catalyzing agent. The things that cause us the most pain can sometimes also be the things that bring out the best in us. So it's like when we're talking about our fears, sometimes these things that we have been so obnoxiously afraid of, this intense fear, can actually launch us into a place of extreme and solid courage. Separation, loss, failure. These are all bitter pills to swallow, but can lead to great strength and new opportunity. So yeah, I mean, sometimes pulling the death card is like the best damn thing you can do, because it's like, good, let this old shit die so that something new can be reborn. So I love the layout today. I hope you've enjoyed working with these flower essences and stinging nettle and wormwood. Two powerful herbal allies. Two plants that you have to respect. You can work with both of them, but you best respect them and know how to use wormwood in particular in moderation, and know how to handle nettle so that you don't get stung. It's really an interesting combo of plants there. So on that note, here we go. So what a great message today to birth your fears into courage and strength. Allow the anxieties to really actually be the catalyst for you to make change in your life. So thank you, Vine, Gentian, Rock Rose, and Mimulus. Thank you, Nettle, and thank you, Wormwood, for coming in and just really giving us this space to talk about something that we probably wouldn't sign up for willingly. Like, good morning, what do you want to do today? Oh, I want to address my fears today and become stronger and more courageous. Okay, great. We like to avoid fears like the plague. We like to pretend like there aren't things that are making us anxious or scared or reserved or putting us in a panic. We'd like to just pretend like we don't have them, but we do. And now is the time. It really is so essential for us. Now is the time to look at them, address them, give them the space to be heard, and allow the fear to be birthed into courage. Allow ourselves to step out of fear, or actually step with fear. Now I'm seeing us hold the hand of fear. Hold the hand of anxiety and panic. Ooh, let's look at the vine card. See, she's walking next to a child. See fear and panic and anxiety as a child. One of your children that live inside of you. And all they're asking of you, Mother, is to help them transcend, grow up, and become something more. Fear is asking you to help it turn into courage. Anxiety is asking you to help it graduate into calmness. And panic is asking you to help it find its way into peace. So these fears, anxieties, and panics and negativities, see them as children that you are now here to help them and lead them into something better. And as you help them grow up and find your way, you will directly benefit, of course, and you will become stronger and more courageous and more calm and more clear and more aligned in your life to then bring in the values of faith, appreciation, and gratitude so that you can move forward now on your journey into spirit. All right, dang. Well, thank you, Metatron, for coming in to help me find words for all of that. I really loved all of these cards, and I send so much love to you and all of your inner children that you are helping today. So much love. Bye. I just can't get out of here.